Virgo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. How are you? Well, my name is Jenna. Today, I'm going to be doing a reading for you for November. I'm going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Let's get started. Make sure this is upright. I hope you all are doing well. Let's see what's going on for you. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Virgos. I'm at the edge of my seat here. I know I don't sit like this. You can't tell, but I have my tippy toes upright. Some of you are dancers, and I mean, even the position of my body is different than normal, and I'm getting hot all of a sudden. Maybe a movement is really good for you all. If some of you are moving a little bit more, trying to get the energy going, dancing, a lot of you, dancing, I'm feeling would be really good for you to do more of. Even if it's just, in your own living room, turning up the tunes, moving the energy through your body. All right. Ooh, we have the Sacred Feminine, Structure, and Storm. Okay. It looks like there's a big sweep going on in your life at this time around restructuring your aspect of how your sensitivity in the world and your attunement. Some of the keywords on these cards reflect creation, receptivity, building a strong foundation, and a little bit of disruption. There's a lot of changes that you've been going through. Whenever I see Saturn, it's our biggest lesson. Saturn is a great teacher, a benevolent teacher, even though it's hard. It's our karmic lessons. And there's a lot that you're learning about around self-love and around honoring yourself. The Divine Feminine spoke very clearly earlier this week, Virgo, I think. And Virgo, you have this real strong, anyone with strong Virgo placements, there is a beautiful, you are a natural nurturer. You nurture others selflessly in service. And I'm getting that this is more about you learning how to do that for yourself on a deeper level. And you are rebuilding some sort of foundation in your life through honoring this part of you. Being open and receptive, listening to your intuition, deepening in your creative passions, your creative fire. That's why I think dancing and moving would be helpful for you, because it gets you out of your brain, out of your left brain, okay, which is the masculine side of you that can be overly logical, overly analytical. And when you're in the right side of the brain, you're in receptive mode, intuitive mode, more creativity mode. That's the Divine Feminine. It connects to the left side of the body. So even sometimes when you're trying to stimulate creativity, write with your opposite hand, just to get out of your head. So if you've been in your head a lot around your life and around how to rebuild some part of your life, and you're worried about some changes coming in, let yourself be in a spirit of play and receptivity. You're definitely opening up a new chapter on the path. And it's funny how all of these are S words: Sacred Feminine, Structure, and Storm. But it's this, this is you transforming and flying free. You're not in a cocoon, you're actually flying free. And I think that what I'm seeing here is that you've learned the lesson of honoring yourself, and now it's time to actually, here's the thing. We learn our karmic lessons, and then we apply them. I was just listening to Brené Brown, and she's done all this research, and she said, I'm still in the act of becoming, in the act of evolving. And I think it takes a lot of bravery and courage to continue to deepen and to continue to transform. She said, I'll never really fully arrive, because once you've arrived, you give up, right? And I feel like you're pushing yourself on a deeper level to arrive more and more in these receptive states, these creative states, and rebuilding some sort of foundation in your life. And it's requiring you to look at yourself differently. It could be around a career. It could be around you feeling honored in a relationship. Let's see. Ooh, we have the full, great energy to start out with. That is being open and receptive. This is a brand new journey Okay, a new chapter has unfolded in your life. It has already begun. It has commenced. And you have taken a leap of faith. What's crossing this Fool's energy? Oh, and it's a fast chat. This is an accelerated chapter that all you had to do was jump in. In the not so distant past, Virgo, you had a new opportunity and you said, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to hold back from this. I'm going to give it my all. Okay. I love this energy because life has met you with a speeding up or an accelerated timeline because you took a leap of faith. Now, I love it. You're wrapping up a cycle. I like it. Lessons learned. Opportunity with the world and the overall general energy. So this is you feeling the benefits of maybe the chaotic storms that you have moved through and your Saturnian lessons, right? The teacher, the great benevolent teacher of our lessons. And you're now seeing the world through different eyes. See how she's got this really like deep gaze. She sees all. Opportunity. 5 of Pentacles. Okay? I'm getting, it's like the minute I pulled this, I was sitting with what you were telling me here as a collective. You're saying, my journey is to help other people. And oftentimes you take it on people who couldn't help themselves. You've learned a lot from helping others. You know, this is somebody who's out in the cold, and this person, even though they don't have a lot, they're coming to their aid. So there's some sort of opportunity this month to maybe connect with someone who has been out in the cold in your life, or connect with people in general who need your help. Okay, Virgo? The challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is a new direction that you want to take, that you want to invest in your career. And you're telling me you want to build more. And you want to make a difference. Near future, death. Wow. And Spirit said, okay, you want to do that? You're going to have to go through a whole overhaul in your life in order to step into that. This is big energy. We have the World, the Fool, and the Death all in a row here. So this is major, major. I think to a lot of you, I mean, I can go into, typically when we see the 5 of Pentacles, it is a form of lack or scarcity. But see, the thing is that although that trails us in life, and it can be covert, very hidden sometimes, even with people who have more than enough, we can still come from that frame of mind. You know, I don't live in an abundant universe. I have to hoard what I have, or I have to be in fear of not having enough. There's a new opportunity for you in your earth energy to apply yourself in a new way, and it's going to change your life, okay? It's going to utterly change your life. I think there's fear around moving toward it. It's like, but you started to. Let's keep going. This is very interesting. 8 of Cups, Queen of Cups, yeah. You're being called to drop anything that is weighed heavily on your heart or weighed heavily on your mind. And just get into your heart frequency, into your heart space. The Divine Feminine is very much the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, she's scrying into the bowl. And she's very, very content in this moment. It's like you're actually making it look easy to kind of just turn your back on things that have weighed heavily on you. And all you got to do is just be in the moment and honor and nurture your feelings as they arise. All right, let's now get into some angel messages. I'm going to get some angel numbers for you. Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups. It's a lot of water, okay? I'm getting like a 9 of Cups situation that you're happy. And after having turned your back on something, you're closing out a chapter that was full of a lot of karmic lessons. You've gone through a lot of change. It's like when you don't realize how much you're changing, and then it dawns on you one day. This month, it's dawning on you how much your life has changed for the better. 24, good times. As I said that, Spirit backs me up. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, which you are with this heart opening, being vulnerable, Queen of Cups, if you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find that you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you, Virgo. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. Yeah, this whole giving to other people, there will be benefits and gains as a result. Some of the key words for the month are leisure, rest, holiday, which we do have holidays here coming into the month of November, pleasure, love, affection, appreciation, kindness, and happiness. Good times, Virgo, good times. So let's see what else we have here. 0550, the eye candy. Get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. So yeah, you could be very social with people this month. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you'll soon become involved in exciting new projects. See, I do see the project here, and that's the challenge. Maybe you're scared to begin a new project. And Spirit's like, don't keep putting it to the side. At least start practicing, start putting energy toward it. Right? Maybe you're not ready to completely, launch whatever it is, but you can work on it behind the scenes. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project or you'll go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. Yeah. So you have an increased amount of charm, and you are the eye candy this month, November. Okay. So you could feel like you've been glowing up. You're coming out of a phase where maybe things weren't aligning just so, maybe some friction. Maybe you're thinking about leaving one aspect of your work, moving towards another. You could also be trying not to have feelings of worry or doubt in the way you're investing in something that was a new beginning recently. And you're trying to keep your heart open and not let any past baggage interfere. Okay? Let's now go into clarifying. I think that sometimes it's hard because you have these chaotic storms that bring great lessons, but the biggest thing is if you continue to soften throughout, it'll make the journey much easier. And I think that's what you're learning. It's like you may still be trying to come into calming your nervous system after it feels like you've been through a lot, Virgo. And when we go through a lot in life and things start improving, right? Times shift, right? From hard to easier, you're still kind of bracing yourself for impact of the worst, and you're kind of responding to life. And Spirit's saying, soften. It's normal, but you're rewiring how you respond based on past events, so you can actually find yourself in a more grounded, we are the world vibe. All right, let's now clarify the world. I love it, 8 of Wands. This is aligning with the highest timeline, okay? The world and the 8 of Wands, and getting the signs and synchronicities. So if you're seeing numbers everywhere and weird synchronistic events have happened in your life, or just things that just would be very hard for you to orchestrate without the universe's help, you're gonna see signs of that this month, or maybe you already are or have. This is indicating and a confirmation that you've already been getting these signs. And it's a wonderful, the universe has got your back vibe. There's a lot of opportunities coming your way this month too. And what do these opportunities involve? Oh, power and leadership, the Emperor. Creating your own reality. I love this energy for you. Standing strong, balancing the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. This is divine alignment with your star energy. Wow, Virgo, proud of you. This is awesome. I think your faith is being restored because you've collapsed an old timeline, but it's still kind of reverberating out. I call it like that ripple effect. But you're stepping into this really strong leadership and letting your intuition guide you and having a global impact, having an impact, where you are making waves, okay? There's opportunities for you here, for you to display, your talents and your skills. And I think there's this trepidation or self-doubt. Some of you may have had a divine masculine come into your life and you're moving forward, and it's been very healing for you, whoever this is. okay? Or you are the divine masculine of a sacred feminine, because we have them both showing up here in healthy ways that maybe either, you know, one or the other is it's like both. I feel like you pass the baton. If you are in partnership, you're rebuilding a new foundation despite when upheaval occurs in the connection. And I'm not talking about drama, like drama. I'm talking about just strife that comes from having to work on repair in a healthy way. And maybe you haven't always had that, Virgo, with this person or in the past. Let me see this Five of Pentacles, your opportunity. Page of Pentacles, yeah, this is repair work. Yeah, Queen of Wands. And this is also you applying yourself. Like I said, you've been going through a glow up and healing. Wow. You're healing through loss, through feeling alone. Wow. I mean, this is a 180. Anytime you feel like this, you're hitting up against this fear, doubt, insecurity, lack, loss, grief. Five of Pentacles is like really being down and out, right? I don't have what I need in life. It's a purview that makes you feel separated from others. And you're healing that big time. I think too, what I'm seeing here mostly is that slowly and steadily you are healing your own sacred fire energy, your divine feminine, okay? Male or female. Queen of Wands is bold, assertive. She doesn't cower down. She also is led and guided to the people she's meant to help and to people she's of which heart she's meant to touch. So I feel like you're being spirit led this month, Virgo, to really like honor yourself in deep, profound ways and honor the work that you do in the world, the help that you offer other people. Like you're showing me that you're a healer and you're inspired by your healing capabilities, because Virgos are natural healers. And we have beautiful heart and fire energy alignment in the sacred feminine. And how are you applying that for wishes coming true? I feel like you're walking a very high timeline, but there's like a parallel reality of another version of you. I'm getting a little quantum here that you're looking at. Like, stay away. You know what I mean? It's like, can you honor all aspects of you in any given moment as you straddle this high timeline? It's like, I see this kind of surfing the highest vibrational energies when you're on the highest timeline. And it's when you are really in a more self-actualized place where you're in divine alignment and you're not acting from your wounded masculine and feminine. You're actually honoring that it's there. That's what I mean. You're side-eyeing and saying, okay, you may have once been wounded, my dear, but I got you. And you have a right to be there because I honor everything you went through to get me to where I am now. It's almost like it's like a feedback loop. So whenever you jump, because we can jump timelines, you know, and quantumly speaking, you can respond as this other person off the highest timeline in a moment, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna jump back on. And I think you've been that's why you have the world here. You're kind of jumping around here, where you got so used to responding to life from a different timeline. And now you're learning how to manage your time, energy, and attention in new ways. And it's giving you an empowered mindset. And it's deeply healing, okay? Deeply healing. Wonderful, wonderful. So you're applying new principles that are allowing you to ride a beautiful integration of healthy energy in self. And as it relates to another person, I feel like they're helping you. There's someone by your side helping you with this. It could be a therapist. It could even be someone that you work with that you admire. But I'm getting a lot of you, this is a partner, okay? Someone in whom you really love, that you're actually unpacking a lot of loss and emotional baggage and separation energy with, okay? Wow. And it's transformative. So basically, this is very healing. Yeah. Your challenge is to calm your mind down, right? Coming out of hypervigilance, perhaps from past experiences, and settling in a new way, a new vibration, a new vibrational reality. We have the Six of Swords, the Judgment, yeah. This is what we have to be mindful of. Yeah. I think you're still releasing everything that happened and unpacking everything that's happened to you before this energy arrived in your life. I think that this cycle has really been phenomenal for you, Virgo. You've had storms, you've rebuilt your life, you have a stronger sense of self, you know who you are, you have somebody by your side who is helping you heal, okay? Whether that's a wellness practitioner or an actual partner or a BFF, there's somebody here. And I think that you're letting go of a part of yourself that felt alone and that you wouldn't feel supported on your journey. And it's calming you. This is you coming down into a calmer state. You're making a big, like, you're making this decision to go through this rebirth canal and come out of it on the other side completely intact and in this further state of evolution and becoming. And I think as long as you've straddled this past version of yourself, it's taught you so much because it's been a mirror. But now you're ready to let that go. And it is kind of weird. All of us are going through some form of this. And Virgo, this is really beautiful alignment. You're saying you're ready now to step fully into the new you. And it's scary because you get used to old ways of operating, old ways of being in partnership or in your relationship with you in your life. It does seem like you are moving into, little by little, a brand new version of you. It's a beautiful rebirth. It's like you're collapsing the old timelines and you're integrating all the lessons. You're taking all of that, you're releasing it karmically, and then you're taking all the diamond from it, you're putting it back in your heart, it's glowing, and now you're moving forward. Let's look at the Death. Page of Cups. A lot of creativity coming through. Whenever we do this work, this alchemical process, there's a lot of openness. And I think that's the biggest thing you're trying to learn is how do I be vulnerable in this new version of myself? Because I feel like a fish out of water, and it could be uncomfortable. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're getting on the same page. Wow, this is beautiful. We have the Page of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel in your near future. So you're on your highest destined timeline. And this is you coming into great alignment, body, mind, and soul, after going through this beautiful transformation, right? The butterfly effect. And interesting. Page of Cups. A lot of you are, if you are trying to call in a divine masculine, I see them coming in with an offer. Some of you are actually, you've been healing and you've been working on going through rebirth and moving away from a past person and moving forward, closing out a cycle, and you're ready. If you're coming in, it's like, am I ready to get out there and date? This is putting that out there and letting the universe know you're ready for your next great love, okay? Others of you already with your great love, and you're rebuilding your relationship, and you're learning how to stay soft and open and receptive in the connection. Not fearing, fatalistic thinking, this is gonna end. I do see you being on the same page and being open here. And I also think that you have a new opportunity in work that you really want to go toward. It's going to be life-changing. Like I said, there's a lot of good times and good fortune coming your way. And it's like, it's interesting because Brene was even saying in this podcast with Diary of a CEO that we fear joy because, a lot of times it's almost too much. It requires a lot of vulnerability to even experience and absorb happiness when it's not your norm. Or even if it is not your norm, it's still hard to let joy and love in for its own sake, because then you worry that it's going to disappoint you or it's not going to go according to your hopes. And I think there's a huge amount of faith that's being restored little by little by the evidence you're seeing in your life unfold in November. And I think this is about trusting yourself and trusting the process and trusting your path. And little by little, day by day, you're opening up more and more and you're trusting the journey more and more. Basically, your faith is being restored and the universe is helping you with this. Let's look at the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups. All of this emotional energy. Yeah. And as I said that, the trust. I think that you're at a crossroads here where you are really opening up in a deep and profound way. We have the Fool and the Moon. I think that you've been really changing your subconscious programming and your identity. And you're learning how to rewire, literally, your brain, your neurophysiology. So you can actually open up and take a huge leap of faith and trust yourself to have courage and bravery. And even though you're afraid, you're like saying, you know what? I'm going to trust my path because I trust myself. I'm going to honor what I feel. And I'm going to let go what I need to let go. I think you're taking a huge leap of faith and you're stepping into the unknown. And this is a powerful rebirth for you because you're learning how to block out energies that don't serve you, around you and within you. And it's powerful. It's powerful. Let's get a Healing Waters. That one came out smooth. What is this one? The Pearl. Oh, I love this card for you. The Pearl. And I was just thinking about diamond. Instead of a diamond, it's a pearl. Alchemy, the reward at the end, from grit to grace. I'm getting goosebumps, Virgo. From grit to grace, my dears. Let's read the Pearl. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's come to me a few times in my life journey. 112. And this is, my dears, it breaks down to the number 4, the page number. She doesn't have numbers on the card, so I like to take the page number and do the numerology. And this is you rebuilding your sense of self and rebuilding your life completely. You're not the same person before when this cycle began. Wow. You got the Fool's energy twice, my dears. The World, the Death, the Wheel. There are divine forces at play here, okay? This is divine alignment, and I also believe this is alignment with another, okay? And I think you are resolving trust issues, okay? And I think, it's really important for you to keep your heart open and release anything that stands in the way of that ability for you to do that. Pearls are one of the most precious treasures of this world and certainly of the sea. While the specifics of their creation remain a mystery, they're believed to be the result of a natural process. Certain mollusks produce pearls as a way of protecting themselves from irritants that enter their shell. The formation of a natural pearl is a rare occurrence with only 1 in roughly 10,000 oysters producing one. Wow. And it can take anywhere from 6 months to several years. So that's how long this cycle has been for you. This card brings a precious message that something sacred is being created, and it's likely being created by you. Maybe you've been creating something in the physical, such as a child, a home, or bringing an idea to life. Perhaps your pearl is more metaphorical than that, having dedicated yourself to alchemizing your hardships into healing grit into grace. Whatever it is, you're being acknowledged for your work and the deep roots required to truly rise. Clina was the Celtic goddess of beauty, love, and the ocean, and it was believed she could be found in every 9th wave. It's said that people would whisper their wishes and prayers into small pearl offerings, placed within a shell and tied with seaweed, and then cast them into the sea on the 9th wave in the hope that the goddess would grant their prayer. Offer up your prayers to Clina for the alchemy to continue to happen. See, it's like it's still in the process. You're still in your rebirth, but you're in that end stage where it's now you're ready to fly free. The jewel at the end is near. Your Healing Waters activation is, I'm ready to receive the jewels of my life. I'm ready to alchemize my hardships into healing and my grit into grace. Yes. You all are doing this. Some of you, this is in your career, taking what you've learned, applying them, helping other people, changing lives. Some of you are even helping other people with their subconscious beliefs, repatterning, neural programming, rewiring, and you're helping other people almost as a midwife, right, of healing energy. I see you as a deep, deep healer, Virgo, especially this month. Not only are you healing in leaps and bounds. You're helping other people heal as you go, okay? Beautiful, beautiful alchemy. A lot of good times. I see you really getting onto the same page with someone in your life. There could be, you know, just this heart-opening experience, a softening, right? You coming out of maybe fatalistic thinking around a King of Wands. Maybe you've been worried that something's not going to last, okay? And you know what? I would be careful with those thoughts. I'm seeing that you're trying to trust this individual, trust this connection. Let me get some advice here for you. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're coming out of some choppy waters, right? Trying to calm the seas, emotionally speaking. Maybe there's been a little bit of, you know, rockiness that you've been dealing with somebody, or life in general. So, and it's also you juggling a lot. Like I said, you might be really busy socially, or busy trying to build a new project or a new career endeavor. Yeah. Then we have the Ten of Wands. The King of Wands wanted to pop out. There's the King of Wands. And the Tower. Wow. You're coming out of blocked energy and hardship. And a lot of your advice is hold steady, okay? It's like, whoo. Some of you, this is you bringing a project to fruition, you know, come hell or high water, and it's gone through ups and downs. You know what I mean? This is like, you know, the paperwork needs to be just so. This could be something that you're building, because this is your fire energy. This also could be someone that you have a very strong bond with, and you get fiery sometimes with this person, and sometimes you have these moments where you doubt and question, and it's hard. It's hard to build and repair, but I feel like you're not going in blindly, and each time you're learning new skill sets along the way. And you can look at it as hard, right? And you can see it as, you know, chaotic. But I feel like some things that I'm learning about in partnership is, as long as you're not, you know, there's healthy repair and there's unhealthy repair. I'm speaking to a collective, so only you know what's best for you. But I am seeing that if you can keep your heart open and you can really rebuild the trust and you can soften and really listen to each other. I actually just spoke about the Divine Feminine and how to handle conflict. In fact, I'm going to give you a guide. What does Virgo need to do? Because I am seeing a connection here. And from grit to grace, you know, trying to learn and grow through connection or through your fire energy, not depleting your energy too much with what you're trying to build. Okay? Some of you are kind of like, you know, almost obsessive about your work ethic, and that's great, but make sure you're pulling back. I'm seeing that everybody needs to take a time out and rest in November, okay? I can become the best version of myself even when people doubt me. Yeah, and maybe that's the hardship here is you have people that doubt you, and then it upsets you. And I think you're trying not to let the opinions of other people bother you, all right? Because it just creates an unnecessary ripple and wave that creates chaos inside. So I feel like your biggest thing is your own personal empowerment. And that's why I'm seeing you level up so deeply here and healing a part of yourself in your wounded masculine. And I think once you heal that, you're really moving forward fast. So, and this is a work in progress, you all. We never, like I said in the very beginning, we never fully arrive, but we keep practicing in nailing it, right? Just like look at a gymnast. They can perform a routine ad nauseum, and that one nail, it's like when they get it just right, it's like magic. So I feel like there's magic this month in practice. And so be gentle, go gently, okay? On yourself and others in your life, all right? I hope this message helped. Take care. Namaste.